you guys, welcome back to my channel. Check out your They didn't show you enough love. Are y'all proud of me? Like, honestly, I have been so consistent. When I say consistent, bitch, I mean consistent every single day. I have not missed a day. I am doing the goddamn thing, y'all. I am doing it. I am doing exactly what I said in my other video. I am posting every day for fucking Vlogmas. I am doing it. I am proud of myself. I hope y'all are proud of me. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get into this story. As you can tell by the title, this is the time when I was a fucking full-time as side bitch, side chick, whatever you want to call it. That's what the fuck I was, okay? So this is a long time ago. This was like 2014. This was my freshman year in college. So keep that in mind. I'm a kid. I'm a kid at this point. I'm 18, just turned 18 literally a month before. So I'm a kid, okay? So my roommate was dealing with this guy, and this guy had a sweet mate, and his sweet mate wanted to talk to me. So we arranged for me and this dude to talk, like, I'm getting to know him, he's getting to know me, we hanging out every fucking day, like, he taking me to work, picking me up from work, he's like, you know, come to my room tonight, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and we're hanging out, you know, everybody know that this is my man, like, you know, we hanging out, it's a me and him type of thing every single night. Like, we're going on dates, you know, we're doing a damn thing. And then he finally asked me to be his girlfriend. So I'm like walking around, my boyfriend this, my boyfriend that, my boyfriend, looking like the dumbest bitch in America. When I say the dumbest bitch in America, I looked like the dumbest bitch in America. Let me finish the story. So me and him, we're getting serious, okay? So I'm thinking that we just this idol, like we just idol with this thing, with this couple, you know, we're this it thing. And so like 5 months into the relationship, y'all, mind y'all, I'm 18, I'm a little ass kid. 5 months into the relationship, I learned his age, okay? I was 18, he was 26, okay? I had just turned 18. He had been 26, okay? And he knew how old I was. I mean, I was a freshman in college. I looked like an 18-year-old. And I think I told him that I just had turned 18. So, whatever. Needless to say, he was way older than me, okay? So, he's 27. I'm 18. This is 5 months to the relationship. I'm like, you know what, we're this thing. I need to find him on Facebook, because every time I look at him, I see his phone. He got a Facebook, but we're not friends on Facebook. So let me add him on Facebook. So I get on his Facebook, and I'm just scrolling first and foremost. Let's just get into that. First and foremost, he had like this tattoo on his arm that had his son's name on it. So I knew about this child. I knew about the son that he had the tattoo of. But when I go on his Facebook, it had 2 babies on there. 2. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe that's his nephew or something. Like, why would somebody lie about a child? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a baby. Why would you lie about a child? The baby couldn't have been no older than 1 or 2. Like, it was a little baby. So I'm thinking in my mind, you know, nobody will lie about that. That's just his nephew. So I'm scrolling through the page, and a little boy birthday come up or something. And they're like, you know, tell your son I said happy birthday. And I'm like, I mean, these kids look alike, but you can tell they're not the same child, because one of the kids was like 8 and this other child was like, you know, 1 or 2. So I'm like, okay. So me being an investigator, still scrolling. And then it was something from like 2 weeks prior, and it was like, I hope you're having a good time at school, babe. I miss you. Always thinking about you. Something like that from this lady. And I'm like, okay, but I go on her page and I'm like, oh no, she old. Like, she's old. So that gotta be like his auntie or, you know, something like that. You know, aunties call their nephews, their nieces, baby. You know, like they do that. So I'm thinking, mama, you know, this bitch is older than his auntie. Okay. So I'm like, you know, not paying that no mind, but I'm still on this whole son thing. Like, I don't understand why he lied to me about having this child. So after Christmas break, because Christmas break in college is probably like 3 weeks. I think it's like 3 weeks and then you go back to school. Maybe a month. It's like a month or 3 weeks or something like that, and then you go back to school. He lived in Virginia. I lived here. Okay. So we didn't see each other the whole time. Okay. Mind you, we have not had an opportunity to be away from each other. We've been around each other every single day since we got together. Every single day. So there was really like no real reason for us to talk on the phone because we were with each other every single day. I had never called him on the phone before, to be honest, because we text, but we lived basically there together, lived together at the school. You know what I'm saying? And once I got out of class or he got a class, text, pop up, you hang out. Blah, blah, blah. So I never called him before. So when we get around like Christmas time, you know, he asked me what I wanted. I told him what I wanted for Christmas. He did what he could, needless to say. So I'm calling him because, I mean, you know, this is 4 weeks and we're not around each other. We're doing all this texting. I want to hear your voice. So I call him and he's not answering. And I'm like, but you're texting me telling me that you're not doing anything. So why are you not answering the phone? So he's like, well, I'm kind of busy right now. I got this to do. I got this to do. And I'm like, bitch, what? Since when are you so fucking busy and got so much shit to do? Like, I was confused as fuck. Like, I was confused. And then he's like, you know, I'm busy. But this happened. I mean, he was busy every single day on the whole Christmas break. The whole Christmas break, he could not talk on the phone. He could only text. So my mind already starting to wonder. So I go back to this Facebook, okay? And I go back to that auntie lady that I told y'all she looked really old. So I went to her page and she was like, hashtag glad he's finally home. My house is whole again. I mean, some shit. So, you know me, I'm like, so he go home for Christmas and then all of a sudden your house is a home and he home. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, oh shit. So I start going through her shit on her page at this point. I start going through her shit. I'm going through her posts and she's like, I can't wait for him to come home. One day till he come home, counting down, missing you, bed feeling empty, da 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 da. So I'm like, okay. Like, what the fuck is going on? And this countdown was all the way up until the time that he went home. So I'm putting 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 together. So I'm calling him and he's not answering. So now I'm texting him like, what the fuck you got going on? Because I done went through her page. He's like, oh no, that's nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't even know who that is. Little old me, like, okay, babe, like, it's okay, no big deal, like, I'm sorry for bothering you right now, because I know you at home with your family. I mean, looking like the stupidest bitch in the world. So we get back to school in January. Here we go again. We this idle, we this thing. We're with each other every single day. Things couldn't get no better. Da 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 da. So I'm like, really and truly like just trying to figure some stuff out because when he's talking to me and when he's around me, everything is like kumbaya, everything's going good, da 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 da. And then all of a sudden, when you go home, it's on some weird shit. So I think for Valentine's Day, we were supposed to hang out. We're supposed to hang out, but he come up with the pettiest fucking argument. I can't remember what the fuck the argument was. He came up with the pettiest argument that I could ever think of as a reason as to why we could not hang out on Valentine's Day. And after the argument, he was like, you know what? I'm just going to go home. mind y'all, me and him didn't argue. Like, we didn't really have no reason to argue. I was 18 and he was 26, about to turn 27. Like, he was older, and we didn't argue because we didn't ever have nothing to argue about. It was, like, we really didn't have a lot in common, to be fucking honest. Like, we really didn't have a lot in common to be arguing. So when he did this argument thing, I was like taken aback. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you talking about? So he go home, and mind y'all, I'm back on this girl page because something ain't sitting right with me about this old ass bitch. So I'm on her page or whatever, and she was like, he surprised me for Valentine's Day and putting like some flowers and shit on fucking Facebook. And this time she was being bold and she tagged him. Okay. So I'm like, I'm taken aback. I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, I'm supposed to spend Valentine's Day with him. He my man. Da, 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 da. Mind y'all, looking like the stupidest bitch in America. So I'm crying, looking dumb. Back then, I don't think we could screenshot. I really don't remember if screenshotting was a thing in 2014. I think it became a thing more like 2015. But don't quote me on that. I don't remember, but I didn't screenshot. I don't remember ever screenshotting anything, to be honest, in 2014. But when I went back on there, everything was deleted. His page was deleted. Her post was deleted. All of this stuff was just gone. So I'm like, what was that about? So we go home for another break. I think this was like spring break or whatever. Spring break is only a week in college. So we went on spring break. That was for like a week. And he ended up going to the Bahamas. Okay. And he ain't tell me nothing about no going to no Bahamas. He had done put his Facebook back up. And at this point, he went to Bahamas. So I'm like, okay. Like, I want to go to Bahamas. Why the fuck you didn't invite me? I'm your girl. I'm your girlfriend. I don't understand, like, what's going on. So he can't talk to me because at this time, you had to pay for the Wi-Fi on the boat. I don't know if y'all ever went cruising around that time, but like you just didn't have Wi-Fi, and if you did, it was like $20 a day. It was something crazy. It was like real dramatic back then with Carnival. So I wasn't able to talk to him the whole time. But when he got back, I was already back at school because I wanted to see him. Because I didn't get to talk to him. So I was like, hey, I'm back. I just want to see what you was doing. I've been missing you. Da da da. Stupidest bitch in the world. So me and him hang out. Okay, we hang out. We had like the best day ever. And I go onto Facebook again. And at this point, she posts the pictures from the cruise. And I'm like, okay, now I'm getting mad. Like, at this point, what is your thing with this old ass lady? Like, what's the deal? So he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Why can't I go on a trip with my family? This is why I don't date young girls now, because y'all try to control shit. And I'm like, damn, so I'm not even the first young girl that you dated? Like, bitch, you're weird as fuck. And then like it was a lot. It was a lot. And then like the whole summer I did not talk to him. I didn't talk to him because I really didn't have much to say, to be honest with you, because I just already knew in my mind. And I want to say, like, at the end of the summer, she sent me a friend request on Facebook, and petty on me, I approve it. Like, what do you need to see? So she's on my page or whatever, and she started liking pictures. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the hell is this? Like, what's going on? So around like the August time, she FaceTimed me. And she was like, well, not gonna cap. She messaged me and was like, hey, my name is da 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 da. I've been dealing with da 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 for this long. I just wanted to know if you had time to talk because I heard that you was his girlfriend in Raleigh and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, okay. So I gave her my phone number. So we on FaceTime and she's like, "Oh my God, you're so pretty." And I'm like, "Thanks." Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like I think I had just turned 19. Yeah, I had just turned 19 because my birthday's in July. So at this point I had just turned 19. And I just really wasn't like interested in what the fuck they was really having going on. So she was like, um, I think that you're so pretty. I think that you occupy his time while he's away from me. And I'm just like, honestly, like I'm not dealing with him anymore and you can have him, like I don't want him. So she was like, no, I think that you're really pretty and I just want to know if you'd be interested in a polygamous relationship. Bitch, what? She was like, I wanted to know, like, she repeated herself, I wanted to know if you'd be interested in a polygamous relationship. And I was like, no. And she was like, why? And I was like, to be honest with you, like, I didn't even know that he had somebody else. He lied to me about some things. And she was like, well, his kids be over my house all the time. And I'm like, kids? He told me that he had one child. Like, kind of putting it on blast a little bit. Like, he told me he had one child. And she was like, nah, he got 2 kids and he got one on the way by this other girl. And I'm like, what? Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, at this point, I feel like the goofiest, stupidest person in the world. Like, not only do you have one girlfriend, but you got another girlfriend on top of that. And you got 2 kids instead of one. And you got one on the way. It was just too fucking much, y'all. Like, it was so much. It was so stressful. It was a lot of fucking bullshit. But needless to say, I did not do the polygamy. I did not continue to talk to either one of them. Well, I'm Cab. I continued to talk to him a little bit because honestly, like, he was what I was used to at the time. And I really didn't care for her. I really didn't care for the things that she was saying because, I mean, that was just the person that I was dealing with at the time. And I ended up talking to somebody else. He got mad. He put his hands on me. And then that was the end of that. Like, that was the end of me and him. And more stuff happened after that. He ended up getting into a little accident. Da, 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 da. I mean, it was just a disaster. It was not a good thing. But, yeah. Bitch, that's my fucking story time of when I was a side bitch. Looking like the dumbest bitch in America. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Toodles. Oh, I love y'all.